Hello.
Sup?
Part two, because something happened with part one. So
Again, life.
yeah, so we're in the middle of our top 10 reads for not top 10, but top 10 that we want to read for this current year.
It might have cut into like that might have been top 5, and this be another top 5.
So I believe I will resume. So
Yes.
next one on my
Continue.
list. This scares the hell out of me because clowns. It by Stephen King.
Not a fan of clowns.
I hate clowns. Love Stephen King. But there's something, I'm not afraid of the size of the book. That doesn't scare me at all. The content.
We were going to read it last November.
Yes, and someone on Instagram, I'm sorry, I forget who, sent me this very awesome, once I figured it out, we'll link it, a buddy read, a bookmark, which is really cool.
We were going to read it last October, but
I chickened out. It wasn't about time.
I didn't have a copy. I do now because you gave me the other copy.
You my other
Somehow
copy,
you had multiple copies of a book that you
I hate
really
because
wanna
I
read,
fully
but
intended to read them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this has got to happen. I'm gonna have to read it during daytime hours because I'm a chicken.
I think we need to start it in like September and then read it.
If we want it to be like a fall. Yeah, if I start in September, it might be done by December.
Yeah.
I'll read
By
a few
December?
chapters.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm only gonna read during the daytime.
But yeah.
So that's that one. So classic Stephen King.
All right, and then I'm Reaper at the Gates.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
again, this is a book in a series,
Yeah.
so Prob's gonna reread In Ember.
Yeah.
And Torch.
I'm not gonna reread. I'm just gonna watch the Cheater episode, the Cheater video that
Yeah, I'm
Saba
probably
did.
just reread them. And then I know
It's a really solid series. That's book 3 or 4 though. There's gonna be a fourth
there's
book.
a fourth one.
I think book 4 comes out, I want to say May of next year.
May of next year.
I
Okay.
think.
Well,
I think.
Definitely gonna have it read by then.
I might be
So-
wrong.
And we are super fans of Sabah. Like, we've met her multiple times.
Adorable little bean. There, I
Um,
said it. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I think she was my first ever author signing.
Yeah. Well, because we met her at BookCon.
Yeah, we met her at BookCon.
The one and only time it was in Chicago.
But then we met her a couple times.
Yeah.
Since then.
She's just super down to earth.
Yeah,
the
she's
last signing we had,
super funny and
we had like VIP seats or whatever at the bookstore, and it's
Super-
just a small group of us sitting around chatting with her, which was really cool.
she's
She's
the
legit.
nerd within us all as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. And she likes Star Wars, so that's
And
something I
really
love.
really great writer.
Yeah, she's
really
really
awesome.
really good. Her characters are. She makes the joke on how she loves to like torture and torment her characters. She thinks it's funny. We do not.
Also, side note, there was supposed to be a dragon, but there's not.
Yeah, I'm hoping book 4 has a dragon.
If you guys ever meet her,
tell her we want the dragon.
You'll have to read this, and then she'll tell you about the dragon.
Yeah.
Because she said she wouldn't tell us until after we had finished reading it.
Yeah.
So I have not read it yet, so I cannot ask her. But once I do, I will ask her about the dragon.
Yeah. And that's on my list too. It's not in my group of top 10. I actually have
We'll
it
probably
with me in a
buddy
cool,
read that anyway.
little bag with the quote. My book is inside, and I plan to read that because I'm trying to get through book series.
Yeah,
Book
goals.
series. Yeah.
Goals.
My next one, The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I have tried reading this twice, and I have tried reading and didn't get far. Don't know why. I tried reading the graphic novel. I got like halfway through, and for some reason I just can't. I can't get through it. And I don't know why. And I don't know if it's because like I hate death or cemeteries creep me out. I don't know. It could be the combination of both.
Also, one of my favorite authors.
And she loves him, but you said you haven't read this.
I haven't read this one.
One, but she's read some of his other
American
stuff.
Gods is like top up there with
Top
one
tier?
of my favorite books.
So this is on there. So I've got to get through this guy tonight. And you know what? Or not tonight. This year.
Tonight.
And it's not really. I mean, there's like
We have to read all of these tonight.
there's some photos. There's, I mean, there's some cool stuff in there. So it's not even as long as it looks like the book is because of the other stuff going on. I think it's like 250 pages or something like that, maybe.
So maybe read
300.
that before
Just
you
so-
read it, and then maybe you'll feel accomplished.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So that's that one.
Next on my list is Tempests in Slaughter
Was that a cover by, or did you really like it? I can't remember.
I mean, the cover definitely pulled me in to look at the book. This was one that I saw at the store, and yeah. And she actually bought this one for me for my birthday. But I did read the inner blurb, and I was like, you know, I think that's a buy.
Yeah.
So,
now, is it part of a series or duology? Do we know, or is it a standalone?
It's not currently, but I mean, maybe
Who
it
knows?
will be.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it looked really interesting.
It makes me think of what's her name, Laini Taylor, that has some books with the feathers on it. That's why I thought it was her.
I like
first.
feathers. Feathers are cool.
Yeah,
So,
it's really pretty though.
that.
The silver and the gold rather, and the shiny.
So
I like
I'll let you guys know. This one will probably be pretty shortly after.
Yeah, and there's a special edition because there's a little poster inside. I call it a mini poster because it's like
yeah, it's
big.
not really
I was a little disappointed.
I know this author has done a bunch of other like book series, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't read any
yeah.
of her stuff. I don't know. Is it Tamara or Tamora?
Again,
I'm not sure
I don't know.
Yeah, not
First
sure.
time I'm reading her.
Okay.
So there's that. But yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. My next one, which is cool because it's autographed, A Spark of Life by Jodi Picoult. She writes stuff that will tear your heart out. Like, seriously, like ugly cry. Any book I've ever read by her, I have ugly cried.
So
It's
if
very
if
cathartic.
I feel like I have
need
no
to get
soul,
all the feels out. Yeah, if you need
then
to get,
read this so I
Yeah.
can feel my
Yeah.
soul again.
well,
kind of
this
thing.
one is about women's reproductive rights. So interesting because she started reading this a while back, or started writing it rather a while back. But now it's so relevant because of everyone is just kind of very focused around
Yeah, didn't you
reproductive
go
rights. I went to the signing.
signing for
Now
it?
they were pre-signed because there was like 400 people or something like that. Here's her.
I like how like a lot of our books are signed copies.
Yeah, I mean it's
But-
kind of cool. But it's really pretty. But like some of the books she's written is My Sister's Keeper, which was made into a movie.
I did see
with
the movie
Abigail
of that one.
Breslin as the daughter.
That was pretty
And yeah, Cameron Diaz is the mom. About a daughter a girl who has a little sister who's very ill, and they take the older sister into the hospital, and she does like bone marrow transplants and stem cell and like all that kind of stuff, and she basically feels like she was created for parts, and actually she's the younger sister to this other girl. I'm
kind
sorry.
of was.
She was born second. There's one called Handle with Care that Jodi wrote that's all about a child with this disease where their bones are so brittle they're like glass and they can break. Just stuff
so
like
she's
that.
very
That's
like a very like real
very realistic.
time.
She writes about things that most people wouldn't. She's very brave in what she writes about. She does a ton of research. I mean, like just I can't say enough about her. I've read her stuff and I've liked her for probably 25 years. And I'm sure this is going to be no different. Now, I haven't read all of her books. This is the latest release though from a few months ago. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. It is fiction, but it's what I would call realistic fiction because I think she even went to like an abortion clinic just to ask questions, and she's talked to doctors. Yeah, I mean, she really thoroughly gets into it. I think as a writer, you're told to write what you know, and sometimes you can, but there's oftentimes you've got to know, you've got to learn stuff, you've got to do the research.
Well, especially if you're going to do something that's like
right,
it has real people that are
right,
like a real
she talked to women who
people
have been through this and
experienced stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she even like polled the audience. It was like anybody who, has anyone here like had an abortion? Have if you want to volunteer the information, to know anybody who has? And I was like floored by how many people knew, because there's a lot of young girls that were there who actually knew somebody. I haven't. I won't go into my feelings about that topic now, but I just think this is going to be really an enlightening read. And very hard-hitting, and just she writes about controversial stuff, and that's what I love about her. That's what I love about her. But
I have to read one of hers.
yeah.
I don't know if I'll
got
start with that one.
Yeah, this one is it's gonna be like they're all heavy. I haven't read anything that wasn't like, oh my god, like
maybe after my other lists.
Yeah,
books
maybe.
that I already have.
Anyway, so I'm looking forward to this, even though I know it's gonna be hard to get through.
Okay.
Next.
This one was in Owl Crates. It's still in the packaging because
There's a tattoo. That one.
Yeah.
Very little.
Girls of Paper and Fire.
Good kill.
Now,
It's very pretty.
There's a little thing in there and a little
That was
cover
nice.
thing. I don't think we never filmed this one at all. As far as Owl Crate goes.
Yeah.
And I know that you like James Patterson.
It's
one of the James Patterson Presents.
Yeah.
Like, I've never read any of his stuff, so I really have nothing to say about him. I mean, he didn't write this.
No, but he also kind of hosts, if you will, Carrie Maniscalco, who did Stalking Jack the Ripper, the one with Houdini, and then there's a vampire one, Dracula. I can't remember what it's called. I have them all.
Yeah, I remember you getting
so I don't know if it's gonna echo his writing in any way, but the cover is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's written by Natasha Nagan.
I don't know if the G is silent or not.
But like from what I just read on the that's all I know about from the back. It sounded really interesting. Normally I don't really read any like James Patterson recommended ones just because I don't know. I have like a stigma against it, even though I've really never read anything of his. So I have nothing to go against. I'm just being hypocritical for no reason.
Right. Like, what is your... Like,
I don't know. I'm just like, a James Patterson
My
book.
ears are small, but I can still hear you.
Yeah.
Being hypocritical. Go ahead, what?
I don't know, but I'm going to read this one. So then I'll have some say in the Presents books.
And I actually bought the Barnes & Noble special edition of this book, too, before we opened our Owl Crate, so I have 2 copies.
So now you have another copy?
But I really, really love this cover. I mean, it's, the Owl Crate covers. That's the sad thing about not getting Owl Crate anymore, because the covers are so cool.
Like I said, they have solid... Anybody that has the munds and the space and the time for any of their stuff, it's all really amazing. But anyway.
Yeah. So my other 2 books I don't have here. One of them is Fahrenheit 51 by Ray Bradbury. I have a copy. 451, not 51. Yeah, that's a miss. Wrote that wrong.
But yeah,
451. I have it. It's only like yay big, so it's like breeze right through it. But as far as I remember, it's about living in. It's like a.
I think
it's a dystopian.
I think it is a dystopian
society
where they like burn all the books
and books are illegal. So I'm really excited.
A movie, maybe.
Yeah, they made it into a movie. I don't know if I'm remaking it.
I don't know if I've seen all of the movie, but that's like all that I know about it.
Yeah, and then I read another book by an indie author. I think it's called Blood, Ink, and Fire, which is the same basic premise, and it was really, really good. It was by, goodness, I cannot remember her name. Ashley somebody, maybe? I don't know. It was really, really good. So I feel like the idea has been expanded upon in other books, but I want to look at the original.
It was probably like a very inspirational book. It was a very like, I feel like a lot of people read it in school.
Yeah, I never read it in high school. Like, I'm surprised. Like, I think it's a band.
So
I think it's a banned book, though. I think it's one of the ones on the banned books. Yeah, which makes me want to read it.
I don't even know why that's
more.
even a thing.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I have just a very small.
Let knowledge go.
Small, beat up paperback copy, a used copy that I got at the bookstore. It's somewhere in the recesses of my room. I'm redoing my shelves right now. Eventually, I'll come across it. I have 11 more months to locate it. I have
for
till
the rest
end
of the goal year,
right? Because it may be a December read because it may take me.
Do you want to just list the rest of the ones because you don't have those?
Yeah,
ones
and then
either?
I just have one more which I haven't bought. I'm gonna be buying it probably the next couple weeks. Becoming by Michelle Obama. Love her. Love what she stands for. I love just everything about her, like just what she has done for literacy, how she cares about the environment, how she cares about health. She just seems like she's very approachable and just very down to earth, and I want to know more about her story. And I've seen lots of interviews with her, and she's just like, she's really funny too, and she's very classy and very you know, just very proper and stuff when she needs to be, but she can always just be like, girl, let me tell you, blah blah, and just be super casual, like she's talking to, you know, and you feel like you're talking to your best friend, and you feel like you're talking to somebody, not someone who was married to the former president of the United States. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by like so down to earth. And so I want to know more about her story and the fact that, you know, he was living in Chicago. He's originally, I know there was like such a debate about like, you know, can he run for president and all that because he's Hawaiian, is that correct?
Yeah,
but I'm like, that's still the United States. For those of you who don't know, Hawaii is still part of the United States. Yeah, but anyway, but I love them together. I love them as a couple, and I don't know.
Is this like a memoir book?
Yeah, and I've seen like the little promo and stuff where she's like, I'm still becoming who I am meant to be. And everybody thinks it's called Becoming Michelle Obama. The title is just Becoming. That's it.
And
just
her name
one
just
word.
Be very large.
And it's like Becoming, and then but yeah. Anyway, so I am hoping to read that one. I'll read pretty soonish. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but I'm really looking forward to that one a lot.
See that one?
Yeah. And that's it. That's it for my 10. I think that's all.
Why
10.
do I have so much more? Why do I have more than you?
Because you had, you know, groups of things. Because you had, you know,
I still have,
Sarah J.
Oh
Maas,
wait, no,
which
these
is
are
2.
my 2 more, and then I had the 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
So she has extra.
So this was one that was almost a cover read, again like the previous book. I picked it up because of the cover, but then I read the inside and I was like, hey, that looks really interesting. Plus there's somebody named Kate in there, so probably as a bonus that was a help. Plus there'd be
never
swords.
find a book with my name in it.
There's swords on it, and a tree, and it's cool.
So is it like a knight in shiny armor kind of Freudian society?
You know, I mean,
Not
I'm
Freudian,
guessing
that's like Sigmund
there's
Freud.
a king,
that's not what I meant.
There's a king, and
the kings
the girl,
and knights and horses.
The girl be a traitor, and there's another high king and royal.
Are there any damsels
warriors.
Currently in distress?
I don't know, maybe. There's a love
aware.
Story happening as well. You know, one of those deals.
Yeah,
but
sounds
looked
good.
really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's on my list.
Okay,
And then my sort of last one is Cress.
She doesn't understand limits.
So I have read Cinder and Scarlet.
Same. But it's been 100 years since I read
it's been
those.
like 100 years.
Yeah.
So again,
Probably
as
have
the
to reread.
theme goes, probably gonna have to reread the other ones and then read this one, and then winter follows.
I think I'm gonna
Because
do
winter
Cheater.
is always coming.
I think.
Sorry,
Yeah.
there's
I
an
finally get that
opportunity.
joke. I finally started watching Game of Thrones. I'm on season 4. I finally understand that.
Well, you gotta catch up before April.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do the Cheater YouTube videos for recaps
And then read this one.
of the first 2. Yeah, because I've read the first 2. I like them too, if I can notate on it, because they're like retellings, or they're meant to be. They're kind of like retellings, but like the spacey, futuristic kind of, you know, thing. But like first one, there's
futuristic.
Cinderella. The second one was
Red Riding Hood.
what was the title of it called?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. So like Red Riding
Rapunzel.
Hood. Cress is Rapunzel, and Winter is
Snow
Snow
White.
White. And then there's 2,
Fairest and Stars Above.
which are like the novellas, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure where those fall.
Which
I
again,
have those.
probably have to read those after.
Yeah, and I don't know that I'm gonna get to. That's the problem with the novellas. Like they're great, but if you don't read them in the right order, I don't know that you get the most out of them. Because if you read it too soon, it's gonna clue you into information that you don't know, and maybe it will be spoilery.
Yeah, I think
And
if
if
you
you
read them
read it-
afterwards.
Yeah, and like maybe if you read it later. But yeah, I think I finally have all those in hardcover. Might be missing
Also
one
another
book.
person that we've met. So
Yeah,
at a
for
signing,
Heartless. Yeah, if
so-
you're looking for a great standalone book, Alice in
Heartless.
Wonderland retelling Heartless, so good.
Yeah.
I still want the cover that's white with the red.
Yeah, I
I have
gave
the
that
black and
one to my sister for
That one's red.
a birthday.
Because she
present.
loves.
Because she likes Alice in
Wonderland.
But yeah,
But
so
that'll be a good one to get back into.
those
'cause
are
I enjoyed
like
that one.
basic top 10s. I have 2 additional things just because they are events in themselves. So they may be like an extra goal that I personally have, just because
I mean, if you're on a roll and you're feeling especially ambitious.
I mean, they're ones that I've been wanting to read for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll figure out why. So, Game of Thrones.
Oh, I thought it was embossed.
I mean, it kind of is.
It's a nice cover.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one that you got me, I believe.
Is that the one I bought you for your birthday 2 years ago?
Yeah, it has some illustrations.
Oh yeah, there's illustrations in there.
I won't reveal them in case they're very spoilery.
Yeah, they might be.
But
yeah.
I will wait for the series to be over, the television series, before I read this.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to spoil how great the series is.
I feel like if the show is this good, though, imagine what these books are.
Yeah, that's why
that's where the show is actually surpass. It may actually surpass the books, believe it or not. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't even know.
I feel like it'll at least.
I don't even know if the show is going to end the same way that the books do, because he had not written the end when they were deciding how they were going to end the show. That may be not true now, because I don't know if he's come out with the last one or not.
Yeah.
I know there's like 800 of them.
Well, the one I just got.
I only owned this one and like some extra series around it, like Fire and Blood is an additional book, and then
is that the one I just got you with the with the Funko
with the Funko
with the George R. Martin
and
Funko.
I have like another one that's
that's a prequel, right? Isn't that about?
I think so. And then there's like another one called A Night something that's like 600 years before Game of Thrones.
So there's a lot of components to it. I think it's probably better to watch this. Like you're rewatching. I'm watching for the first time, so I've got to get through 4 through 7. And
I'm so far in now that it's like I don't want to start the book until I've finished the whole series.
Thing. Yeah, that's the same with me. Like I'm gonna watch 4 through 7, and then when 8 comes out
in April.
So I don't have a ton of time. So I've got to watch those. And then catch up, and then I think I'll start it too. Maybe I'll start it with you. We'll see.
Yeah, some of these illustrations have deaths in them, so we're not gonna.
Yeah, don't reveal that. Yeah.
But Game of Thrones.
Yeah, don't even show me.
It's an event.
I didn't look through it because I didn't.
These are just like extra things. These are books that I really want to read.
Yeah.
And have wanted to read for a long time. So if I could do that this year, that would be great.
That would be amazing. Yeah, and it's
this
really
one won't be too much of a shock either.
No.
Only in the fact that I have not read it yet.
That's surprising. I always thought you had.
Lord of the Rings.
You've seen all the movies, right?
I've read The Hobbit multiple times. I have seen all of the movies.
I read The Hobbit once.
I have read some of The Fellowship before.
I read all of The Fellowship.
But I didn't have a solid...
You didn't have the set.
I wanted a hardcover edition of Lord of the Rings to read. I have multiple copies. I have a problem. But
the little set.
I have multiple copies of Lord of the Rings, and I have like, I don't know,
oh, you have the little set?
8 versions.
Or maybe you don't have the little set.
No.
I have like some books where I have multiple versions, though.
I have like 8 copies of The Hobbit. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of my favorite favorite books ever.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
As like a lifetime goal.
Yeah.
To read Lord of the Rings.
Maybe even
and Game of Thrones.
Maybe even if you only get to one of those that year. This year, that's a start, and then hopefully the other two next year.
I have a box set now that I found that's all hardcover, and it was a magical moment for me because I've never seen one.
Yeah, I haven't either.
In like a full set quite like this.
Yeah.
For a solid price, and like the print is not too obscure.
It's tiny.
It's tiny, but like I've seen much worse before.
Like break out the magnifying glass to read that, because that's out of control. That's so
Lord of the Rings.
Freaking small, but
Lord of the Rings.
I read the first book. I read The Hobbit, and I read the first book, and I think roughly half of the second book. And when I read it, and I've told you the story like 30 times, but they don't know. I read a copy, like no
I own a
lie.
cassette of the
The one I
Fellowship.
had was like probably twice this size
Because
it
it's
was
all of
all
them?
3 books together. It was like a compendium or whatever. And I started reading it. I borrowed it from the library. And I was like, hey, I got this. And then I was just like, I think I just got overwhelmed because it was like it was so like imposing and so like.
It's like a dark, it's pretty dark.
It wasn't even the content. It was
Very
just,
high fantasy.
it was a very daunting task because
It is a
shit
quest.
was
That
thick.
is the whole book. It is a quest.
It really was. It
It
was
is
a
a
quest.
journey.
Yeah.
It is a quest. So also in my life,
That
this is a
book was
journey
so
and a quest, as well as Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So those are also added on there as
Yeah.
an extra because they may not happen, but I do want to read them.
At some point in life.
In
yeah.
some time in life, I would really like to read them this year, especially Game of Thrones after the series is
me
over.
Too. Me too.
So we'll see how that fits in.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
And wait, I have 2 more that I'm
Oh,
hoping
2
to
more.
read. I forgot about these guys. So I've already
Now
read.
we have even.
So V.E. Schwab, Victoria Schwab. I've already read this, The Savage Song, and as you can see by the post-it flags, I liked it a lot. I remember it was a musical something or other. I can't remember. There was a creepy little monster in it. I don't
I
know,
can't
but I
help
thought
you.
it was
I've not read
cool.
it.
And I love the cover. And I read that maybe a year and a half ago. And then
Still
the
not fun.
follow-up, Our Dark Duet. So I probably, since it's been so long, will have to reread this guy before I can read this guy. But I'm hoping at some point in life,
That
hopefully
will be
this
another
year,
additional one for
to,
you.
to reread these. Yeah, because they were really good, and it's something with music, which I may recommend to my daughter because she's a musician. But there's a lot of creepiness happening, so she may not be
music.
creepy. I think I don't even remember. I think the monsters
You
are
reread
brought
it and
in
you
by-
let me know.
Yeah, but I mean, listen. I mean, the title.
Wasn't this an
Miss
Owl Crate at
Savage
some
Song.
point? That was before I had Owl Crate.
It
but
was, yeah, it was in Owl Crate at one point. That's not where I got it though. I bought this as a used copy, and I bought this one as a new copy because I wanted it, so I bought it. So yeah, so I think that's it. So kind of a lofty goal, but if we can do like one of those a month, some of these we will review, some of them we won't, some we may review on our own.
I mean, if any of you that are watching are curious about them, let us know, and then we can review them once we do read them.
Yeah.
If for whatever reason we decide not to do a review on them, just let us know whether you want us to let you know how they were.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for now.
Yeah, if you like the video and you enjoy us and want to see our faces again, please subscribe and put on your notifications so you know when we post more videos. We're hoping to do them, not hoping, we will be
You have to
doing
ring
them
a
more
bell for that.
regularly. What?
You have to ring the bell. For
Ring
that.
ring the bell. Ring our bell.
Ring the bell for
Then that way you
notifications.
know. We try to be entertaining. We try to be as honest as we can about stuff. And
Eventually, we'll learn how to edit.
yeah, more than anything, our channel is just about having fun and just sharing our love of books. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Thanks for
Bye.
watching. Bye.